If anybody can hear me, type out on the screen, yes, we can hear you.
Nobody said anything yet. If you say it again, maybe they can't hear. Can y'all hear him?
All right, guys, if anybody can hear me, please type out, yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you. Type it out for me, please, so we know we're working.
Oh. Okay, your mom said yes.
All right, thank you, Mom.
The Troy Show, episode 28, March 26, 2021. Take one.
First, you should know that I have risen through the fire in colorful buckskin. The object of my desire is the color of my skin, so divided on my kin. Watch me turn the tables till we eating like some kings in beautiful headdresses. The culture is so impressive, I'm just hoping I absorb it when he passing me the message. Cause baby, it's depressing living in this mess we call a home. We should take it back and chokers resting on the collarbone. Arrowheads right along, the enemy like styrofoam, piercing through the strongest armor, death and genocide of form. And still I stand, a singular red man with Jupiter-sized heart, forever repping my clan. The Eagles and no man, watching over my plans, talking real shit. Baby, I'm thinking here for the fans. I'm shouting out Bobby Jones, my auntie, my Muslim George. I'm drawing all of my strength from my people here before me, man. Big chief in the building, everybody taking place. Remove your feelings if you wanna ride with me. You about to go to war right now, no petty ass beef. When it all go down, who's gonna ride with me? When it all go down, who's gonna ride with me? When it all go down, who's gonna ride with me?
All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. As you can see, I have my lovely co-host back.
Yay, and the computer's working.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. How was the York of New?
Very productive. Very, lot better weather than here.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. It's in the 30s.
Excellent.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
You know why?
It's not Florida.
It's not Florida.
Your
Florida's
mom
stuff
wants a
like that.
50s week.
Huh?
Your mom wants a 50s week.
A 50s week?
Yeah.
All right. 50s week.
50s. Like temperatures in the 50s, or like I have to like grease my hair back.
Oh, yeah. I'm confused. I took it as a 1950s week. Clarify, please.
That's how I took it.
50.
Hmm?
I'd like to go back to 50.
Right? Anything's better than this.
Catherine says or 60s. So
Or 70s, especially the 80s. 80s were awesome.
The 80s were good.
80s were awesome.
You know what sucks? The 2000s.
For the bleeding.
20s.
The 20s. That's right.
20s suck.
20s do suck. People, I hope you had a great week. I did. I hope you have a great weekend coming up. I will.
How are you?
Good, good. How was
Stop it.
I guess right off the bat, people, I wanna confess something. All right, and I figure it's better for me to confess this live on Facebook with all these witnesses here. That way, my daughter doesn't kill me. Paige, I ate the rest of your sub sandwich, and I knew it was yours when I ate it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But in my defense, I'm
That's
fat.
40 lashes with wet noodle.
Right?
So
This
balls
is-
have to
Yeah, we
come
know.
over.
Ba-dum boom.
Okay.
All right, we got a comedian here.
Hey.
Hey, listen, you can't leave a sub in a fat guy's refrigerator and expect it to be there tomorrow. You can't. I'm eating that shit. It's gone. It was good. Yeah, so also too, you all know that I like John Morgan. He's a great guy, right? He's got that channel called John in 60 Seconds. I'm telling you right now, people, if you haven't watched it, it's basically 60-second clips where he talks, and the shit is just hilarious. Well, the one that he posted this week was about when he played the character Pluto at Disney, and you've got to watch it because it is just hilarious. So John in 60 Seconds. But speaking of Morgan and Morgan, the true definition of irony happened in downtown Orlando a few weeks back. A Lynx City bus was involved in an accident in downtown. And what do you think the advertisement was on the side of the city bus?
Biden for president. Oh.
Morgan
Nope.
and Morgan.
It was Morgan and Morgan. Personal injury law firm advertised on the side of the bus. That is irony, right?
That is irony.
Yeah. We talked about the bad luck last week when the lady ran over the sheriff on the bicycle. You know,
Shit was not the one you want to run over.
right. That's some shitty luck.
It's like hitting Judd or Ivy. You know, those are
I
like the
know.
three sheriffs that you just don't want to.
Well, and Grinnell, but I seriously never picture Grinnell like out on his bicicleta. I don't see it, right? I mean, maybe on his motorcycle or driving an A1 Abrams tank down the street, but I don't see Grinnell on a bicycle. That's just me. But you know, I ran over a dude once on a bicycle,
You
right?
didn't run him over.
I didn't. Technically, his face came through my windshield, and I slammed on the brakes, and he went flying, right, like Superman. Chopped the whole side of his face off. I found teeth and skull and all that stuff in my company van.
Really?
And you know what? You know what happened? A, he got a ticket for riding in the wrong side of the road, the wrong direction. B, he didn't have a helmet on. C, he had no reflective lights on his bike. He had no helmet. And then I felt, even though it was his fault, I felt bad, and I was going to take the dude a new bicycle because I destroyed it, right?
Well, it sounds like one of the typical Paramount bikers.
Yeah, well, this happened in Lee County, but you're right. It does sound like Claremont bikers. But when I went up to get his information and all that shit, I found out that once he was released from the hospital, he got deported to Haiti. That's a shitty day right there. You get run over by a Ford F-350 van and then deported, right? So,
And Mike, no offense to you if you're watching, about bikers.
yeah.
He's big. He's a biker.
Wait, who?
Sorensen.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah,
I
but
didn't know that. I
He's
liked
not one of
Mike.
those stupid ones that rides
Yeah,
like
no, he's
against
not one of
traffic
those
in the
stupid-
middle of the road and thinks they own the road.
No, he's
Oh,
one of those
okay.
that
And I still like
we're paying a
mine.
penny
Yeah.
sales tax for these beautiful bike trails, and he uses them.
Right.
Right. Now he's not one of the ones that rides around in the flock of them with the matching tight shorts and the helmets and stuff, or is he?
No,
Okay, good. I still like Mike.
no, he's solo.
Good. The other, I like to get up next to a whole flock of them and put my truck in neutral at 50 and just drop it down.
Windshield washer fluid.
With dog pee in it.
Need a diesel. Just
Right.
roll coal
Roller
right through.
coal. Jason does that. Jason rolls coal on them all the time.
I would RV.
So I want to start this off. Well, I guess I already started it off technically, but I want to say this right towards the beginning. I ran across. I love Albert Einstein and some of his quotes, like the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over, expecting different results. I love all those, but I just ran across this one this week. This is by Albert Einstein. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity.
True.
In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. So if you're going through something right now, if you're struggling, you think there's no way out of it, an opportunity is coming. Right? I truly believe that.
I mean, the
And look,
Unfortunately, mine put a curse on me.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. Unless your ass is on the Troy show, on the shit end of the stick of the Troy show, then there's no opportunity coming. You might as well just end it.
Yeah, just pack it in and go back to. Well, I wouldn't do that to the Northeast. Go to Portland,
Yeah.
Oregon.
Oh yeah, Portland, Oregon.
You'd
Yeah.
fit in really well with the victim mentality.
Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin.
He just likes to get packed. He's got his shit packed.
He does. He does. Speaking of shit pack, listen. So you and Jen are in the medical industry, right?
Yes.
We
Right.
try to be.
Yeah. I have a medical question. This happened to me last week, and I was curious about it. So I was minding my own business, working, laying some flooring, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my asshole started to itch. Right. So I thought, okay, well, if it keeps itching, I'm going to go wipe better. But then I farted really hard, and it scratched my asshole itch. Is that normal?
Gross.
Did you finally get the gerbil out?
That sounded like Wayne. Did that sound like Wayne?
Yeah.
So is it normal?
Snooping around.
Sure. Sure. Okay, we're gonna go.
I'm not a
with sure.
proctologist, but you can ask Paul.
Paul's not a gerbil.
Ew.
Small enough.
Ugh.
Why would you
Art
want
Mullen,
him
if
there?
anybody
A
remembers
gerbil
him
is
from the
cute.
70s.
Paul is
He's
not.
sneaky.
Oh my God! All right,
He
so
is
I'm
a
gonna,
rodent, though.
I'm gonna scratch that off my list here. I wrote chocolate starfish itched. That's off. All right. Did you hear about this guy in North Carolina? He got raided by the SWAT team for selling narcotics, and he had a gun that was painted like a toy.
No, I didn't hear this.
People, this is some dumb shit. Let me tell you what. Don't do this.
It's not in Florida, right?
No, actually,
How the hell is that not a Florida man headline?
I bet you $100 he was either born here or raised here. and then
Something.
moved.
There's got to be a Florida connection in there
Right,
somewhere.
because this is definitely Florida man stupid shit.
Yeah.
Don't do this, people, because it'll straight get your ass killed. Right? SWAT team didn't appreciate it any. So apparently there was a drug raid at a house in North Carolina.
That's close enough to Florida.
It is. And a guy had several guns, several different types of drugs, and a large amount of cash. But one of the guns he had was a Glock 27. Right now, I carry a Glock 27, and this is what it looks like normally. But he had an adapter for it, right? And the adapters aren't illegal to buy. You don't even need a tax stamp. It's just an adapter. It slides up into it, and it works as it resembles an SBR, but you don't want to say that, right? So what this fool did was, he painted the Glock and the adapter to look like a Nerf gun, and I shit you not, it looked like a Nerf gun.
I'd give him an A for creativity.
Yeah. And then
An A for stupidity as well.
an L for lucky that they didn't kill his ass.
Yeah.
There is an entry in Gene's Big Book of Stupid called Toy Gun Stupid,
Oh yeah?
where if you point a toy gun at an angry cop,
You won't be pointing
believe me,
anymore.
he will not shoot your ass.
Right. Yeah, no shit. People, don't be playing around with the guns. That's some dumb shit right there, right? Guns don't kill people. Stupid people that paint their guns like Nerf guns get killed.
Yeah.
So that's what happens.
I mean, I got a beautiful 30-30 Winchester that it's never gone off on its own, so.
Never,
Ever,
right?
Ever.
I quite often set my guns on the table and just watch them to see. Because they look shady, but so far they haven't done anything on their
No,
own.
I mean, they're sketchy looking as hell, but hey,
Yeah.
you know.
I left mine on the porch for a month, didn't shoot anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember when I left the judge sitting on the tractor?
Yeah.
It was out there for like 2 days. Right?
Yeah,
I probably should admit that right now,
It
but
didn't
you
shoot
were-
anybody, did it?
it did not. Huh?
And then you were wondering where you put it.
We looked all over for that damn thing.
And it didn't even do anything racist, did it?
No, it didn't.
Damn.
It just
Imagine
sit there. And it's a scary looking gun, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't do anything. It minded its own business. It just sat there.
But then AOC or Paulie never walked by it, so.
Right.
True.
I saw somebody that posted this week. They said, if you're going to ban legal gun owners from owning guns to stop killings, then why don't you ban cars from sober drivers so there's less DUI accidents, right?
Same
But I-
mentality.
But I saw a better one today. It said if you're going to ban guns so that people don't get killed by them, why don't you cut off everybody's dick so that there's no more rapes, right? I mean, it's the same principle.
Yeah.
Right?
Guns don't kill people. It's the people that pull the trigger.
Right. Yeah.
And by the way, there are no machine guns because they've been banned since the 80s, 90s, I think.
They are banned, but I'm sure somebody's going to point out, well, there's a video of Troy online on Green Swamp Mafia shooting a full auto AR-15.
He told me.
No.
What does it say?
No.
Read
Just
that one?
keep going, please.
Let me see. I can't
Keep
see.
going, please.
Just
Hang on.
Anyway,
I'm glad that little cocksucker Paul is watching.
hi, Paul.
Paul, let me tell you
No,
something.
he's
You-
not watching anymore. I blocked him. He's done.
Ah, fuck. Well, he's watching on Susan's or whatever. Paul, the next time you drive by and shoot me the finger, we're going to be ready for you, you little dick sucker. Right? Fuck you.
But anyway, back to the guns.
Yeah, back to the guns.
Gun control, this whole thing, these couple shootings the past couple weeks and the one that was stopped before it ever got started.
Right.
Gun control. Back in the 80s, Reagan and Nancy Reagan, their whole DARE program. Drugs. How's that working? Not good at all, is it? The overdose is actually up right now. They're out of control compared to anything else. Fentanyl is like horribly.
Right.
And, you want to talk about gun control? The only people that are going to have it are those that illegally get them. And those in these shootings, and I'll talk about it later, obtain their guns illegally.
Right.
So, give me a break.
Yeah, that's right.
And this whole thing about, assault rifles aren't guns. In the 1700s, when the Constitution was written, muskets were the most advanced technical weapons they had back then. Just the same as an assault rifle is now. It doesn't matter. It's to a well-armed militia to keep the government in check so they don't start coming in and randomly just take whatever they want. Go to Cuba. Go to the old Soviet Union. Go to Venezuela. That is part of the radical socialism that's happening. They come in, they take whatever the hell they want. They don't. Reason why it hasn't really started working here yet, because there's too many gun owners that say, no, I don't think so.
Right.
So,
Paul, answer your phone. Paul, you need to unblock me and answer your phone. We'll give you about 5 minutes. You need to unblock me, go to your settings, unblock me, and answer your phone when I call you in a minute.
I'll talk, no show.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Susan probably put it up on a counter that he can't reach.
He needs
True
his
story.
booster
And he can't reach it now.
That's all right, Paul. I got a wonderful
When is Sinead
thing
getting home so I
coming
can
to
step
you.
on her fat so I can reach the counter?
Paul, I got something later for you that you're going to love.
Oh shit! I'm excited.
You're
I'm
going
stoked.
to love this, and thanks to my counterpart over there, Gene, to help find it for me.
Awesome.
I love public records, don't you?
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
amazing way you can find the public records.
It's weird because
In
he wants
so
to mention
many
public records
states.
tonight too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. How it all just ties in together.
Right. At least we're not being evicted because we didn't pay our rent, dickhead. We're being evicted because our lease is up and we didn't want to move and he blah blah blah. But we'll talk about that another day. Right. So go fuck yourself. Right. All right, people. We got a lot to go over tonight. None of least of which is what these people right here have to say. We're going to hit that in a second. But did anybody hear about the $1.9 million Ferrari stolen in Italy 18 years ago?
What?
No.
1.9.
It wasn't worth 1.9 back then. All right, but it's valued at $1.9 million today. It's apparently it's
Has to be
a-
an F-50?
it looks like it.
I think
It's got the
F-50.
spoiler on the back.
Yeah,
and holes
big,
on the side.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's F-50.
They found it this month in Buffalo, New York.
Yay, New York.
How the hell did they get it here? I mean, I know how they got it here, but how the hell did they get it here past customs? That's some crazy shit.
Southern border.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Driving from Mexico.
Right.
Probably.
All they had to do put like a Biden for president tag on it, and he
Then there's a
Right
dragonfly.
through.
Dragonfly up on the
Right through.
Oh, it's a dragonfly.
No.
But it's
No.
so, I
Nah.
just wanna.
It's up there.
It's so
This is the-
pretty. I'm gonna catch it.
Ahmed Al-Alawi Alasa. We're going to talk about him later.
Masato.
Aren't we? Who's the shooter?
Which one?
The grocery store shooter.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah. The last thing I'm going to mention before I turn this over and make it the gem show is, did anybody hear that Shanae has petitioned the governor of the state of Florida to lower the age rate for the vaccine so that she can go and get it? Now, she wasn't interested in the vaccine before. She's not interested in cleaning her studio. She's not interested in desanitizing, none of that stuff. But now, all of a sudden, the fat bitch wants the vaccine. And do you know why?
Because it comes with a $10 gift card to like Golden Corral.
Close. You're
Okay.
very
Go to the
close.
king.
Closer. Closester, right? Hell no. She found out, and this is no bullshit, Krispy Kreme donuts will be giving people one free donut a day for a whole entire year if you get your vaccine, your COVID-19 vaccine.
What the? I need to find a Krispy Kreme.
A donut a day for a year. This fat bitch was like, give me the vaccine!
Get in my belly.
Oh, shit.
Gonna run them out of the promotion.
I might have to go get my donuts and
Right? No kidding, right?
eat them right here on the show. Here.
Yes.
I'm
Right. I was thinking today, if someone asked me to describe Susan's balls in one word, what would I say? And I thought, wafty.
Ew, that's nasty.
Pendulous.
You?
Shrivel up prunes.
Interstellar.
Interstellar. I like it.
Oh.
Anyone else?
Pendulous.
Pendulous?
Okay.
Nice.
Intergalactic.
Yeah.
Global.
Global.
Global. Sweaty.
Sweaty!
Sweaty.
Susan, your balls are sweaty!
Hairy.
Susan, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna unblock Troy so I can comment on the Troy show. Ha 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 ha. And then I'm gonna block him again, because I'm a chicken shit coward.
I told you. Yeah, she told us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't block you again for 24 hours from the time you unblock somebody. It's 24 hours before you can block them again.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Good. I'll fuck with him all night long. All right. So we appear to have lost our producer temporarily, but we have our assistant producer ready to go. Yes.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know if there's any.
Just sit there and
comments.
smile and wave.
Smile and wave, boys.
Your mom
Smile
said
and wave.
wrinkled.
Hmm?
Your mom had said wrinkled.
Wrinkled, wrinkled balls. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's funny.
You.
Just like Paul's bald head.
All right. I know I said I was going to end this and turn it over to Jim, but I really don't want my producer to miss any of this. What?
Kathy says sweaty and smelly.
Sweaty,
She's
smelly
back.
balls.
Smelly. Smelly.
So while we wait for our producer to get back to her chair,
she's back.
people,
I don't know. Maybe you can close it out.
if you're dumb, I get it. But if you're dumb and you're a criminal, just don't be a criminal. All right. You have this guy. Let me see what his name is. Hang on, bear with me. I lost my train of thought here. All right, so you have this guy named Joel Whitaker, 43 years old, out of Minnesota. Right? Now, he committed a felony this week of grand larceny, right? He stole some stuff. $1,250 worth of Girl Scout cookies.
That mints?
Probably that's offensive
Was he
because I'm
stealing
fat.
them from
Don't talk
today?
about Thin Mints. Now, okay, now that's not my point here. That's dumb because when you're in jail and they're like, "What are you in here for?" I'm in here for homicide. What are you in here for? I had 12 pounds of cocaine. What are you in here for? I robbed the Girl Scouts. All right, that's stupid. But I'm going to go one stupider here, right? How about 66-year-old Larry Lee Harris of Louisiana? Anybody heard of him?
No.
You probably will soon, because 66-year-old Larry Lee Harris of Louisiana committed a crime in Texas this week. Anybody want to take a guess? You'll never guess. You'll never guess what he did.
Carnal knowledge was your nice.
Stole a horse.
Stole a horse because it's Texas, really? That's Texas racism.
Sex with the whale.
But it's okay because I'm married to a Texan, so
That's true.
it's
Sex with
legal.
a whale?
The whale.
A whale?
The whale.
That's gross. That's Adam's job.
Uh-oh, she caught it. It's so pretty.
No, he didn't steal a horse. He didn't have sex with a whale.
They kind of don't.
This is what 66-year-old Larry Lee Harris of Louisiana did in Texas this week that has landed him in trouble for the rest of his life. He robbed the National Guard, 11 National Guardsmen at gunpoint to steal the COVID-19 vaccine that was being transported in a Army National Guard transport.
Kind of heard something about that.
That's dumb, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you get it for free.
That's dumb. Where do you think you're
That's
going?
Florida man shit level right there.
It is, right? Now, Larry, I appreciate your enthusiasm there, buddy, but really, the National Guard, did you think that was going to go well?
Yeah.
No, come on. All right, I got a few more things we're going to hit tonight, people, but all right, while they're working that out, I'll tell you one more thing just to mark it off my list. I don't really watch basketball. I don't watch any sports or very little TV, but it's a good thing because if I did watch basketball, I damn sure would not be interested in going to a Miami Heat home game. Why? Because starting in April, the Miami Heat is going to have prime seating for vaccinated only. Vaccinated only people, right?
Nice.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not getting the vaccine. And I don't watch the Miami Heat. Honestly, I didn't even know Miami had a basketball team, but I looked it up and it's a professional team. And a vaccinated only seating section that's prime real estate within the arena. Can you believe that shit?
But here's something funny about basketball.
Sure.
Georgetown University, for the NCAA tournament that's going on right now,
Mm-hmm.
they all decided to kneel during the national anthem. They got spanked by 23 points. America always wins.
America always wins. America.
America.
Let's call him one more time, see if he answers. I'm calling you, Paul.
Sulaka not taking answer.
Post his phone number so that other people can
No.
call your back.
Oh, God.
He might get put in Facebook jail again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, people, we're going to talk about other things here in a little bit. But first, let's jump right to the situation. We're going to turn this over to Jim. Jim, fire away.
Is it time for the trim?
Sort. Maybe. But it didn't work. It didn't stop working on me. And I moved all my stuff.
Cheryl said call Susan. Bet she'd answer. Don't. No, I'm lying. Don't do that.
Well,
What's the number?
Brian?
you say so.
All right. Patterns of deception. That's how I'm calling this segment. And how not to do it. I'm not saying any names, anything, Minda, Shelly, whatever. Fuck, who cares?
Mods grain.
Sure. Anyway. So,
What?
Oh, no.
What?
Discontinue. Never mind.
Just go.
No, read it.
So,
It's nothing. Nothing. Stay there.
so anyway. So
Stay.
anyway.
Bad dog.
So,
Stay.
anyway,
Bad.
so
What?
as you know, we're having lots of issues with them about getting our
I don't want to call her.
money back
Brian.
from
Stop.
them for costumes,
Competition. fees.
competitions. Thank you, COVID break, competition fees, and all that. They keep saying, "Oh well, we don't have to give refunds or anything. We don't have to do nothing." So that's their mentality. That's always been their mentality since, I don't know, say 1992. Why do I say 1992? Why did I just pick that number out of nowhere?
I'm curious.
I'm curious. Me too. So let's find out. If it'll work. All right, do that work. So, as we can see here, oh, this was actually, I'm sorry, this was 2011.
Somebody
But we
kill
will
that
get
light.
back to the 1992 in a minute. So, there's a pattern
Maybe.
here of Paul Mendez of not paying what he's supposed to until he actually has to go to court.
Right.
So, Exhibit A. And July 20th of 2011, in the 6th Division District Court in Connecticut, he had FIA Card Services filed a suit against Paul for $80 that he owed him. $80, Paul. Gee, tight ass. Wow. You had to actually go to court. They actually had to get an attorney, which obviously you couldn't afford one because that $80 probably took away from your, I don't know.
Ice cream for children.
Yeah.
I mean girlfriends.
Yes.
I mean
So,
children.
here's another pattern. And March 3rd of 2014. I love public records.
Yeah.
Who's this one? Oh, Ford Motor Credit Company. Love Fords. They took you to court for a grand total of $100. Really, Paul, you can't just man up and pay what you owe? Be a man, not a bitch. Alright. So, obviously, he couldn't retain another attorney there. Oh, no, this was against Susan. Ah, the second player in the Susan obviously couldn't pay it. So they had to settle, and they actually had to pay the $100 because the court said, you're stupid, pay it. 2014, July or June 20th. Do you see a pattern here?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is the Acres Homewood against, this kills me right here, Paul Mendez, Susan Mendez of Elderly Affairs Department, RIMFAC.
Oh shit.
So they go from abuse or taking advantage of elderly, and now they're going after the young.
Right. That's bad.
That what you can't really. I mean, this is public record, so you form whatever opinion you want out of it. So, but they went after them for a total of $160 this time. You can't pay $160. Really? Get a job, real job. 2008, Kramer Credit Services went after them for $60. Again, this one's Paul. Do you see a pattern? Everybody, you have to take them to court to get them to pay up because they just don't do the right thing. Bad business practice. Anybody that does business with them, you deserve what happens. This is going to happen to you.
Yeah.
We've already shown a pattern. It's happened to multiple people. It's going to happen to you. It's duh. You're stupid if you spend your money and you lose it. You can't whine. Don't cry. We can't say we didn't warn you because we warned you.
Right. And Rhode Island Dance and Acrobatic and Susan Montegran School of Dance. All these things prove a pattern.
It's a pattern. So, which leads us to today. So, we're trying to get our money back from competition fees, costume fees, and everything. We pay for it through a credit card. Well, Jennifer's mother did. Paid through it for a credit card. They fired back after Citibank contacted them. They said, oh, well, they signed a no refund clause. No refund clause. Well, let's take a look at the refund clause. It says here, and this is the most current one. What's on there? No signatures. We'll get to that.
No signatures.
It says there will be no refunds of any kind for tuition, costumes, or competition fees. No exceptions. Parent, guardian, signature.
I don't see it.
Blank.
No signature.
Blank.
It has the minor's signature. on
Yeah, it
it.
has a minor signature, which isn't even hers.
So that one.
But this one is hers. I'm sorry. This one is hers. Now, Exhibit A. And yes, all this has been turned over to the proper authorities. If you look
All
over
of them?
here, there's my wife's signature. Honey,
40.
how do you spell your name?
J-E-N-N.
How many N's are right there?
1.
If y'all gonna forge somebody's name, get the damn spelling correct. Are you that stupid?
That's not
Yes.
even the same signature top and bottom.
Yeah, the signatures aren't even the same. The A's are different, the F's are different, the J's are different.
The cellmate is different.
I mean, they're going to eat this alive, and they're going to fry you for it. It's coming. It is coming. We've already turned this over. Here, let's go to Exhibit B. You did it again. Look, there's a minor signature.
That's not good, people.
It doesn't even look like this one.
Why would you even forge a minor signature? It's not admissible in the state of Florida.
Are y'all?
Yeah.
Not
This is
admissible in any
big
state.
time. We've turned all this over to the state attorney. They're coming.
They're putting everything.
But
Hey,
it's
look.
not in the state.
Hey, they spelled your name right on that one, but not down there.
Huh?
I mean, the A's are different, the F's are different, the J's are different.
No, they didn't spell the first one correct. They just kind of made the I look like an N.
Yeah, it
Jennifer.
looks like J-E-M. Personally. I mean, that's pitiful. That is absolutely pitiful. Pathetic, desperate, and most importantly, illegal and fraudulent. But we will let the state attorney handle that. So, get your shit straight, because it's coming. Guaranteed. Now, what does all this mean? We have Paul. Troy White wanted to see this one. So we have this group here. We have Paul. We have Susan. Isn't that such a wonderful picture of her? Isn't that such wonderful? And then we have Shanae. They are the idiots of the decade.
That's great.
I mean, y'all are the balls. Susan has balls.
Yeah.
She has to do what they just did. This
Forgery.
forgery. Not only because it's a credit card transaction, guess what else it is? It went across state lines. That makes it federal.
Federal. Ooh, shit.
You know where Coleman is? You might want to learn.
Federal.
You might want to learn where Coleman is. That's all I got to say about that.
Federal. Ooh, shit.
It's coming.
That's bad. That's bad. It's weird too because I was actually going to talk about forgeries and fraudulent documents filed to the courts, fraudulent leases and all that stuff today. But I've actually been advised by my attorney to hold off a few weeks and let's see where the thing goes. So all I got to say is this. I believe someone's watching right now who needs to hear this. So I'm going to say this just randomly to the person that needs to hear it right now, right? Are you really willing to fuck up your entire life by making a bad life choice, right? You want an enemy for life, motherfucker? I can give you an enemy for life, right? Now Paul, Susan, and all them, they already know that that's the case. But the person that I'm talking to right now, okay? You're a chicken shit little coward, and we know this. My attorney told me too. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you want an enemy for life, motherfucker, keep your shit up. Right? Keep your shit up and keep talking to him. I suspect you to be a pedophile as well, motherfucker. Now wait till I start talking about that shit. You want me to start talking about that shit? Keep it up and I will. Right? You want an enemy for life? I'll give you an enemy for life.
Well, why not? Since he brought it up. You know what this is?
I do.
Please explain to this in layman terms what this is.
That is the book of diagnoses of a mental health nature. Counselors, clinicians, psychologists, psychiatrists use this similarly to the medical deaths reference for physicians. They use this to confirm diagnoses of individuals based on diagnostic criteria, which means the way that somebody presents.
Now, this is coming from someone that has a hell of a lot more education than...
Let's play a guessing game. You read the diagnostic criteria and the name of the diagnosis, and we'll guess who you're talking about.
All right, let's play this little game. All right. The first one is called conduct disorder. It is a repetitive and persistent pattern of behavior in which the basic rights of others or major age-appropriate societal norms or rules are violated, as manifested by the presence of at least 3 of the following 15 criteria in the past 12 months, that's a year, from any of the categories below, with at least 1 criterion present in the past 6 months.
Right.
Are we ready? Number 1, often bullies, threatens, or intimidates others. Ding! Often initiates physical fights. Ding! Has a weapon that can cause serious physical harms to others. Does Susan Balls count as that?
Yeah.
Okay. Ding!
And
Has been physically cruel to people.
And Adam's car.
Yeah, and Adam's car. Has been physically cruel to people. Has been physically cruel to animals. Has stolen while confronting a victim.
Whoa! Can you count that one more than once?
Yes. Yeah. Has forced someone into sexual activity. Ooh. Has deliberately engaged in fire setting with the intention of causing serious damage.
So we've got one so far that they haven't
They
done.
got one.
That we know of.
Has deliberately destroyed others' property
Trophies!
other than by fire setting.
Trophies!
Trophies. They're right there behind me. Has broken into someone else's house, building, or car. Okay, they might have 2. Often lies to obtain goods or favors or to avoid obligations.
Every time! Every
I.e.
time! Every time!
cons others. Shit. Next one. Has stolen items of non-trivial value without confronting a victim.
Yeah.
Like
post
post
Costumes,
office.
post office
Post
stuff.
office supplies. Post office supplies. Yeah.
Still got 3 more. How many they got so far? 8?
All but 2.
Okay.
All but 2.
So we're up to 11. Often stays out at night despite parental prohibitions beginning before age 13 years.
We don't know. Maybe she was already dating him then.
Right.
Who knows? Has run away from home overnight at least twice while living in the parental or parental surrogate home, or once without returning for a lengthy period. I'm sure probably did when she met.
Who knows?
Whatever.
I can't speak to the juvenile.
And is
category.
often truant from school beginning before age 13. So,
Maybe.
anyways.
So minus the juvenile portion, pretty much everything but 2.
Yeah, pretty much. So they got 10.
Who has conduct disorder?
Paul Susan Sinead?
Paul, Susan, Sinead. Ding.
Paul Susan Sinead.
All right. Are we ready for the next one? You're going to like this one. You're really going to like this one. The next one. Pedophilic disorder.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
And if you don't believe it's the diagnoses, here it is. Page 697, the DSM, if you have one. Oh, yeah, right. Dream on. Okay. A. Over a period of at least 6 months, recurrent intense sexual arousal, fantasies, sexual urges, or behaviors involving sexual activity with a prepubescent child or children.
Borderline.
Borderline.
The individual,
However, he does kind of stare at the little kids.
Which we've been
So-
told, yeah, multiple times.
By
and
multiple
there's a
witnesses.
picture of it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, we
individual
have
has acted on these sexual urges, or the sexual urges or fantasies cause marked distress or interpersonal difficulty.
Well, he married it, so.
Yep. The individual is at least 16 years and at least 5 years older than the child or children in criterion A.
He's 5 years older.
5 years
Definitely
older.
5 years older.
17.
So, who has that one?
Paulie! There's more chapters that we can probably
Yeah,
go.
we can go through this whole book if you want. I'm sure they qualify for, I don't know, 80% of them.
There's
Especially with what's
quite a few.
the victim?
Oh, the one with the victim mentality.
Yeah, the victim mentality. Yeah.
Anti-social.
So, y'all can run. You
Or
can,
intermittent explosive
you
disorder.
can make little comments and as you're driving down the road because that's all that you're good for. So, y'all just
And driving by it, flipping the finger when they know that they've got many minutes head start and all that shit.
I
Yeah.
guarantee you, your little clique in this little group, this group is a hell of a lot smarter than that little clique will ever be.
And better connected.
And better looking.
And better.
Definitely. Not me. Not it.
Well, I'm better looking.
It doesn't take much to be better looking than me. Come on.
You're better looking than them. You gotta give yourself some props. Come on.
I'm kidding.
I mean, we're not as good looking as Chris King, but
Oh, Chris is a sexy little beast.
isn't he?
Where are you, Chris? You should be like here. I know you're not working.
Shanae. Unspecified
Oh!
feeding disorder.
Oh shit.
There's too many.
Unspecified.
There's too many. We don't even have enough time to
We could have a whole weekly series on this.
We good?
Diagnosis of the week.
We're gonna do that. That's a great idea. Thank you. Diagnosis of the week.
Let's do that. Let's do that for sure. Are they still running their little mouths, the little text message tough guy shit?
I blocked them.
Yeah, good. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. I'm sure they're watching on something though.
I'm sure somebody.
Yeah, whatever.
You know they are. They can't help it. Because they know that we're speaking the truth.
Can't hide from that. And
There's
anything
only
else?
so many states to run to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's 2.
Yeah.
48 to go.
Right?
3. Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Florida.
Ah, sorry. Thank
3.
you.
Yeah.
Damn.
And no matter where you go, public records will follow you.
Yeah.
Because we get all this from public record. And it never goes away.
Yeah.
That was a big bug.
Now what about the customer services one? But you'll find stuff customer service one.
Oh, it was on me.
What?
Never mind. I'll ask you later. We'll address that next week. Again, I didn't have any original parodies done this week because we have been busy at the studio making the best dance studio in Mineola, Florida. Soon to be the only dance studio in Mineola, Florida. So I figured we would play Paul's Love Song to Me again.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Everybody good with that one?
makes my heart every time.
Fluttered.
That's VTAC.
Me too. Here you go, Paul.
VTAC, thank you.
Paulie, what are you doing out front of Troy's house with your pants off? Susan, this is gonna be hard for you to hear, but you might as well hear it now and just get it out of the way. What, Paulie? What do you have to tell me that's so important that would make you take your pants off in front of Troy's house? Be quiet, Susan. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so, last week on the Troy Show, Troy sang me a love song, okay? This means that he loves me as much as I love him. Paulie, I don't think that's what he meant. He wasn't singing a love song to you? Yes, he was, Susan. Don't be jealous, okay? Don't be jealous. I know Troy loves me. And so, I wrote Troy a love song back. I'm gonna sing it to him when he gets home. He's gonna leave Tracy. I'm gonna leave you. We're gonna get married up in Rhode Island, 'cause that's what we do. And we'll live happily ever after. Oh, Paulie, I think you misunderstood Troy's song. Shut up, Susan. He loves me, and I know he does. Dad, that is not what Troy was trying to say in his song. Okay, you shut up, Shanae. I've had enough of your fat ass. All right, Troy and I are gonna adopt a nice, thin, skinny white child, and that's gonna be our kid, and you can just shut up and go straight to hell with your fat ass. You hear me? Okay, everybody shut up right now, because here comes Troy, and I'm gonna sing him my song. He'll absolutely love it. Troy, I dedicate this song to you.
Paul, why the fuck don't you have any pants on?
Please, just hear me out, okay? I heard your song, hear me out. Okay, I'm nervous, bear with me. La 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 la. Okay. I love you, Troy, okay? I just know that, I love you. And here's my song. I stay awake just to hear you breathing. I watch a show while you are sleeping. I even watch it while I'm dreaming. I would leave my wife and be your sweet surrender. I'll cherish everything you do forever. Every minute spent with you is a moment I treasure. I wanna close my eyes. I wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, Troy, and I dream about your big thing. But even when I dream of you, the sweetest dreams will never do. I still miss you, Troy, and I wanna suck on your thing.
Paul, what in the holy hell is wrong with you? Stop this now. Put your pants on.
I wanna lie with you and feel your heart breathing. With Shanae watching us and eating, wondering what the fuck she's seeing. Then I'll kiss your thighs and let you do whatever. I just want you up in me forever, forever and ever. And
Paul, stop this right now. There are kids around. This is bullshit, okay? Why are you doing this?
Because you wrote a love song to me and for me and sang it to me on last week's show.
Paul, that was not a love song to you, you stupid motherfucker. I was making fun of you.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. What, is he stupid?
Yes, Troy. I've been trying to tell you for years. He's stupid. Yeah, my dad is very dumb. Okay, listen to me. You sang a love song about me. I'm just returning it. I love you, and I know if you hear me out, give me a few minutes, you'll love me too, Paul.
Put your damn pants on. Don't you dare get near me with your penis out. I swear to God. Don't think I won't hit you if you're naked. I will hit you. Paul, that is way too close. Get away from me. Paul, don't you get your dick away from me, Paul, right now. Tracy, start the car. He's coming at me with his penis, Tracy. Start the car. Tracy, go!
Well, I guess he didn't love me. Here I stand in front of Troy's house with my ding-dong out. Susan, will you take me back?
Of course, Paulie. I'll always take you back.
Will you pretend to be Troy when we get home?
Of course, Paulie. You know I will. I always do that for you.
You two are pretty fucked up. No wonder I cut off kids' toes. I came out of you two? Jesus Christ. Come on, Shanae. Come on. Join your mother and that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Fuck you all. Oh, Troy. That's it.
Is that good, Paulie?
Shut up, Susan. Your name is Troy, remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
All right, people. I'm sorry you had to listen to that dumb shit
That was
twice.
epic. I never heard that one. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh shit! I think I played that when you were at work.
Probably.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, the Mendenses have been commenting some shit tonight. I want you all to screenshot it and remember that in a few weeks when I show you the legitimate court documents that we're going to show on here. Huh? How do you say it? Tondu?
Tondu.
All right, people, so just so you know, Tondu Sally is okay. All right? It is a real person who doesn't want their name revealed on the show. Okay? So, yes, that is an okay person. They're on our side, and you don't have to worry about that. Again, I told everybody, I believe in episode 10, we're going to start playing their games. If they're going to set up fake accounts, if they're going to block, if they're going to do this, we're going to do the same shit.
Yep.
Right?
There
So
it is.
this particular person has been on our side since day one. Had a personal relationship with the family of Sally Mendez, Montegreen, whatever, and we are fully aware of the person, and we just want to make sure that nobody on our side attacks them because they are definitely on our side.
Yep.
So that is that.
It's complicated.
It is complicated.
Why they can't have their name, but
It is very complicated.
glad they're on our side. Thank
Yeah.
God. Would not be
Definitely.
a good thing.
Nope. I would not want to be on the shit end of that stick.
No, thank you.
Nope. So, yeah, I mean, let the Mendenzes run their little mouths, their little text message tough guy bullshit all day long. But we all know they're a bunch of cowards, led by the biggest coward of them all, Paul, who drives by and flips me the bird on a weekly basis. I got to give him this, though. He always catches me off guard. Always.
He's
I'm
good.
just smoking a cigarette, just minding my own business,
All of
right?
a sudden, you're spewing beer everywhere.
Right? So he's a sneaky little bastard. But I'm good. I already got one. Thank you. I'll leave it here just in case. But I do have a plan for that little motherfucker, and he's not going to like it any. And also his husband, Susan. That bitch keeps shooting me the finger too. So fuck all of them. While I've got your attention, there you go, Mendenzes, Sally.
Age or IQ? Pick one.
Right? Absolutely. Yeah. People, we've got some more bombs to drop about the Mendez Sally family and the studio. And we were waiting confirmation of one thing, I believe, so we're going to hold off on that until either the end of the episode or until next week. But again, people, if you have kids in that toxic environment, pull them out right now. You're only hurting them by leaving them in there. It's a very, very, very bad situation. So we'll get back to the Sallys and the Mendenzes later on in the show. We want to talk about a few other things in the meantime. But again, to the person who needs to hear this tonight, I want you to remember something. I don't let shit go. Right? I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy, I think. Right? But when you piss me off, when you cross my family, when you cross my friends, I'm your worst nightmare. And I don't go away.
Karma's a bitch.
Karma is a bitch, and karma's my middle name.
Bitch.
I'm a bitch. Right? So, mind your P's and Q's, motherfucker, and you better stop talking to them right now. You better stop collaborating with them. Or you'll be on the shit end of a stick that you never wanted to be on.
And you don't want to be drugged into that legal matter.
No, you do not. So, I want you to sleep tight tonight, motherfucker. I want you to think about me. I want you to always think about me. And don't make a colossal life mistake. You got it?
It ain't worth it.
Nope. Not worth it. Let's go back to North Carolina. This time, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Tobacco-roo.
Yeah.
Tobacco.
A man was bit this week by his pet venomous snake, a green mamba, native to South Africa. Right? The North Carolina Department of Health and Poison Control ordered 10 vials of antivenom from a zoo in North Carolina for the green mamba bite. Each vial was in the $10,000 range. They administered this guy. Here's my issue with it, people. The same thing goes with Narcan for somebody that's overdosing on an illegal substance, right? I say if you overdose on an illegal substance, fentanyl, whatever, okay, your first dose of Narcan should be free. Your second dose should cost you $5,000. Your third should cost you $10,000, and there is no fourth. They just let you die. Okay. Same thing goes with venomous snake bites. If the person bitten is the owner of the snake and not a person who owns the snake to produce antivenom. Now, there's a lot of people in the United States that own venomous snakes, that own them for the reason of milking the venom from the snake to help make antivenom. But that's not the case with this guy. He just owned a black mamba. You don't need a permit or anything for it. It just requires a locked enclosure. So at $10,000 a vial, that's $100,000. Now, who eats that cost?
We do.
We do, right? I don't know. I think that should be evaluated by legislators, along with the administration of Narcan to habitual, repeat overdose victims, right? And whatever happened to internal possession? Isn't internal possession of a controlled substance still a crime?
No.
That's bullshit. It should be.
The reason, and I had a cop explain this to me, just like why if they're called and us first responders are called for an overdose, why they don't press charges against the person that overdosed, because then people would stop calling and they would just die. But sometimes there are accidental overdoses. Like, I mean, everybody like to have a little weed every now and then. I mean, if that's your thing, and now with the way fentanyl's going around being laced in everything, that's not a bad idea. Let people call.
I get that, which is why I think that the first dose should be no charges and free.
Yeah.
Second one should be no charges but $5,000, and after that it gets more serious. Right? That's just my personal opinion. But and I get it, man. I get it, but shit, it's ridiculous. Let's move on to Clay County, North Carolina, or Clay County.
Wait, I have to just say something.
Go ahead.
Your mom said that Hondu Sally blocked her, so she would like to apologize.
Who? Oh,
Because she made a comment basically saying, why don't you use the real name? She was saying that right before you mentioned. So she's trying to say, I can't undo my comment because they blocked me. I apologize to them. So please, she can't see it, so please extend
my
it.
mom's like a pit bull, people. You got to be careful, because if she thinks you're doing something wrong, she's going to tell your ass up.
And the fireman is on.
Well, they call him the
about
fireman.
friggin' time, slacker.
All right. We were talking about you all ago.
Yeah.
About how
And all your
handsome he
shortcomings.
is. Shortcomings.
Why isn't he here?
Ah.
How about this, people? Have you ever been on a slingshot ride?
Nope.
Never will now.
Right?
No, definitely not. Nope.
Not at all.
I wouldn't have before.
Exactly, right? That's what I was thinking. Because, one time out of how many times it didn't
And I've
fall
seen at
or
least
whatever.
10 videos of what he's about to say.
Yeah.
Nope.
So the other ride that they have out there at Old Town in Kissimmee, Florida, is the one that pulls you up and then releases you and drops you in swings, right? And it's the world's tallest one. I've been on it many times. I was actually the fourth person to ever ride it.
I saw someone spew once and just spray it all around.
Ew.
Nasty.
Yeah.
That's gross.
That's
Yeah.
just nasty.
That's dangerous. But A, it's over a lake, and B, if one of the cables breaks, you've still got the other one to kind of hold you, and it's just the weight of the people, right? So Shanae would be fine. But
the whole tower would go clunk.
It's too heavy to ride that one.
but the
The circumference is too large.
It's too long. The slingshot ride is a different story, though. From day one, from the first time I saw one, I thought, this is a dumb shit idea, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with it, what it is, you sit in this orb, and they attach a chain to it, and they turn the motor on, and on both sides it has these massive springs that start to compress, and as they compress, it pulls that orb down into the pit. And then once it locks and it's got maximum resistance, they hit a button, 3, 2, 1, go, and this shit shoots you 300 and some odd feet into the air, and then you go back and forth and it spins and all that shit. And I just thought, man, how dumb is this shit? Because everything eventually gets stress, fissures, microfractures, all kinds of stuff, right? Buildings, bridges, all of these things. So why the hell would you deliberately get in something that shoots you at over 100 miles an hour, 300 feet in the air? I don't get it. It's stupid.
If I would do that, I'll just fly on Frontier.
Oh, damn.
We hit a little bit of turbulence and did about a 500-foot drop.
One wing at a time.
Yeah, one wing at a time.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Well, people go, well, yeah, I get it, Troy, but they do regular maintenance on these, and they do regular inspections on these. So I looked up the code for these things, and the Florida Department of Agriculture is responsible for inspecting these rides, just like they are for every amusement park ride in the state of Florida. And the last inspection on this particular model at Old Town happened on March 19th
Of this year?
of this year. There were no issues found. Yep. So what happened yesterday,
That's some men dance deals right there.
isn't it? And it's weird that it was 2 teenage girls riding it when it happened. So yes, I wonder if there's a connection with the men
I
dances.
would.
Paul had to get rid of the evidence.
You try to rocket them out into space.
If Elon Musk can do it, so can I.
They saw too much.
TikTok this, motherfucker. Well, people, my sister-in-law called last night on her way home, and she told Tracy, she said, something's going on in Old Town. Something big. There's fire trucks, policia everywhere, right? So we got on and looked, and this is what happened. These 2 teenage girls get on this ride, enjoying their summer break or their spring break. And the springs start to compress, and the guy says 3, 2, 1, launch, and it shoots them up. And personally, I would have needed a new pair of underwear because one of the damn cables broke. The light went out. One of the cables broke, leaving them tilted at more than a 90-degree angle for over 2 hours, suspended in the air. Now, the Kissimmee Fire and Rescue went there with these 2 great big trucks and lifted it up. Fox 35 kept calling them cherry pickers. Is that right?
No, they're tower trucks.
Thank you. Fox 35 is a little bit of a
110
dumbass.
They're people
110-foot
pickers.
aerial platforms.
Aerial platform. All right.
People pickers.
People.
So they had one of these trucks on either side of this orb, and they were trying to rescue these girls for 2 hours. I would be pissed.
They wouldn't hold still.
Right?
Paul knows about that. They won't hold
They
still.
won't hold still. Paul's like, just give them a shot. They'll stay still. 2 hours they were stuck on this shit, man. I'd be madder than a wet dog in the desert. I was about to talk about Clay County, Tennessee. People, the History Channel, I'm not going to give you the exact location because I believe it's under close guard at this hour. The History Channel is going to this remote location at the base of a waterfall in Clay County to document some things that were found there. And I was reviewing some of the photos of some of the things that were found, and one of them is something carved into the actual bedrock of the waterfall. And I'll be damned if that shit doesn't look to me like a Mayan Baktun calendar. That would rewrite the history book.
That's interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah, because Mayans were nowhere near up here.
Right.
Indians would have taken care of that.
Yeah.
Native Americans.
Native Americans. It's very interesting, though. I'm telling you, these some of these carvings, they look nothing of Native American history. They definitely look far South American, Belize, Brazil, or South Mexico, things like that. Peruvian. It's very interesting, and I can't wait to see what the History Channel has to say about it.
Yeah.
I believe they're doing that in the next week or so.
Sorry, I'm working on the light.
It's okay. All right, how about this? Did you hear about the 3 boaters in Key West, Florida, who did something very stupid and very awesome? I'd like to put it on my bucket list.
Florida man, no way.
I'd be Florida man on this boat right now. These 3 lucky bastards, well, lucky, stupid, lucky, stupid, stupid lucky, whatever you want to call them, they did something pretty awesome this week, and they got video proof of it. They drove their dual outboard motor fishing boat straight through a water spout and got it all on camera.
Job security.
Now,
Top security.
I grew up pretty much in the Keys. My grandparents had a house in Key Colony Beach and Big Pine Key. Pretty much grew up in the Keys. And we've gone out fishing and there's been water spouts. And that's the last thing you want to do is go near one of those suckers.
Yeah.
It's a tornado. Just
On the water.
And they get pretty big in the Keys.
Yeah, it looks large.
I've seen them like around F2 range.
Really?
Yeah.
It was stupid, don't get me wrong.
It's literally almost as stupid as continuing to dance at the dance company.
Damn.
Wow.
That's brutal.
Almost. But
But I'll tell you what, I would do it. I know it's dumb, but I would do it because it looked awesome. They drove right through the
Did they
damn
get
thing.
air?
No, but it sucked the cooler off the boat.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Sacrilege.
All right.
It's alcohol abuse.
It is. It is. I've got 3 more things I want to talk about. Actually, 4, and I'm gonna hit 2 of them right now. Then we're gonna turn it back over to Jim for the trim and what's the
Trim of the fat.
trim of the fat. Then we'll get back to these. So, as much as I talk shit about Paul, I got to give him props for something.
no.
He actually wrote a cookbook. I didn't know he did, but he wrote a cookbook, and he wrote it about, they always say, write about what you love, right? Write about your passion, write about what you love. So Paul wrote a cookbook, and I stumbled across it this week. 50
Oh,
ways
God.
to eat cock.
Nice.
Healthy chicken recipes with balls.
Oh my gosh.
Now, a good friend of mine told me about a certain soup, and I wasn't able to go pick it up. But I'm going to get that for next week. I got distracted. So, Paul, kudos to you for writing a book about what you love. 50 ways to eat cock. All right.
Right, Mom. Gross.
It is gross. Paul's gross. Before we talk about Ahmed Al-Alawi Al-Assa, of my last 4 things here, or last 3 things, I'm going to leave 2 of them for last. But I want to talk about Hasbro again, right? The toy company. We discussed them a few weeks ago and how they were making Mr. Potato Head gender neutral and removing the Mr. and Mrs. from it, right? But here's one that's just as equally dumb. Hasbro is the owner and producer of Monopoly, the board game. Monopoly was released in 1935, back when there were no snowflakes or titty babies or Facebook warriors. So since 1935 to 2021, Monopoly remained the same. They had variants, they had specialty boards, but the actual game remained the same. Well, Hasbro announced this week that it's going to be making some changes to Monopoly and making it more modern, more politically correct,
Government subsidy checks.
right?
Stimulus check instead of railroads.
Right? So what they're doing is they are changing all of the community chest cards, all of them, because, in their words, they're antiquated and offensive.
What?
Right? They're not going to talk about, they're not going to have any more cards that say beauty contest, because beauty contests are offensive now to the ugly bitches. I'm sorry if
So
you're
Susan
ugly.
doesn't need to play Monopoly. Move on.
Right? Exactly. And if you're ugly, you're ugly. Own that shit, move on, but don't mess with Monopoly. They're also not going to talk about stock sales anymore, right? Stock dividends, any of that stuff, because apparently that's offensive too.
Making money is offensive.
Apparently it is.
Oh, because you might have to work for it.
You might have to work for it, and you may not be smart enough to make it in the stock market or with cryptocurrency fall. They're also not going to have any cards referring to life insurance, because apparently now life insurance is offensive.
Life insurance is offensive.
How?
I don't-
Everybody dies.
Everybody died. Oh, so we're now, since death is so offensive, we're going to ban death.
I guess. Ban death and ban getting paid for it. All right, here's another
Sorry.
one. They're going to get rid of anything that refers to holiday cash or any type of holidays. Right? Because holidays are offensive now, but they can sing about WAPs, right?
I'm sorry, are you all really happy with all this?
Yeah, you can't be happy
I mean,
with it.
life as we know it is gone.
It is. It's all leading up to the purge. And those of
it's
you
all
who
leading up to communism.
communism, which will lead to the purge, and those of you who have crossed me better hope that the sirens are ever really sound. So what are they going to replace it with, Troy? I'm about to tell you. Be patient. They're going to replace it with cards that say such things as shop local, rescue a puppy, help a neighbor, and then they're going to make a contest open to the public for the remaining ones. So thank you, Hasbro, for fucking up Monopoly for the rest of us who aren't crybaby snowflakes.
We should enter that contest for the rest of the cards.
I actually don't mind the new cards. They're not horrible.
What
They could
new
just
cards?
add those to the old ones.
Have you seen them?
Well, that's the things you just
Oh, the ones I
said.
was talking about? I don't mind them either, but you're right. Add them to it, because
Right.
I'm all for shopping local.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows me, knows Green Swamp Mafia, knows that I'm all about supporting local businesses, except for the dance company that can go fuck itself.
Not a real business.
Right? Not a real business.
It's a cult.
Yeah, you're right. You're all right. It's a
Toxic
cult.
day cult.
Yeah. So, but I'm all about small local businesses. I love dogs. I like dogs and cats and animals more than people, right? So rescue a puppy, that's an awesome one. Helping your neighbor. I've got a neighbor I'd like to help. Right? On a normal day, though, helping your neighbor is a good one. Just add them to it. Don't take away the other ones. There's nothing wrong with beauty contest. There's nothing wrong with making money in the stock market.
Hey, what about Miss America? So
Right.
they have to take the card away, but they can hold Miss America.
That's
And
a good
and
point.
how about, like, okay, they have Miss America, but then they have Miss Black America.
Right.
But yet a black woman can also be Miss America, but I don't think a white woman can join Miss Black America,
They
right?
cannot.
So isn't that racist?
It is. It's racism. There's no way of getting around it. I mean,
Racist against the white.
Absolutely.
women.
But
What if I want to be Miss Black America?
Right.
I identify as, yeah.
Right. I'm actually thinking about starting to identify as something different so I can get more benefits.
I'm going to identify as I'm 21, I weigh 150 pounds, and I'm 6'8".
There you go.
6'8" and 100. So you have cancer?
Okay,
AIDS?
250, 6'8", and
Okay.
3% body fat.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
I thought about identifying as a 17-year-old child, female child, but then I thought Paul would try to marry
And
me.
he would. He'd
Probably.
get on you.
So. I've also thought about maybe identifying as a married woman who accepted large amounts of cash from a coworker who, you know, maybe we should get into one day. Maybe we won't. We'll have
we
to
should.
see.
I think we should.
I think we should.
I think we should.
If bitch gets in her mouth. And then, yeah, so add those to it. but don't take them away. There's nothing wrong with making money on the stock market. Me and a buddy of mine, we make a good amount of money on the stock market.
Not as much as you make from stealing from me and Paige. Though,
That's
right?
true. Not as much as I do making money stealing from Paige and Tracy's purses, but we make money from the stock market. We make money from cryptocurrency. We make money from the precious metals market. There's nothing wrong with that shit,
I actually
people.
bought my first cryptocurrency the other day.
Good for you. What'd you buy?
I don't know.
Bitcoin, XRP,
No, I
Dogecoin.
can't afford Bitcoin. That's like 50 grand.
You can buy fractional pieces
I know.
of it, which is actually a good investment.
What if I? DAI. D-A-I.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's,
That's a trade
it's
coin.
in upwards.
Yeah. That's a good coin. It's a trade coin. It doesn't have much of a limited blockchain capability, but
Not
it's
yet,
still
but-
it's a good investment coin for sure. Maybe we'll have a day on the show where we talk about cryptocurrency and try to educate some dumbasses like I tried to educate the king dumbass Paul, who would have been upwards of $150,000 profit by now, but he is an idiot. But there's nothing wrong with any of these things. Life insurance. I've got life insurance. Holiday cash. I love holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Easter. If that offends you, don't watch my show. And don't buy Monopoly. All right? Go play with your gender-neutral potato head. All right?
Tater salad.
All right, let's go ahead and turn it back over to Jim for the trim and trimming the fat, and then we'll hit the last two things I have here. Take it away, Jim.
Ta-da! That's true. I know I was gone last week, so I got a little bit catching up to do. That's why this week's trim going to be a little bit longer than normal. So the first thing we're going to discuss. It works. It works today. Maybe. And it's not broadcasting, of course it is.
Maybe Shanae stepped between you and the signal.
She must have.
Give it a minute.
No, it's a recovery mode for some reason.
Maybe she's
What the heck with these freaking bugs that keep landing?
Next week's people, we're going to be talking about how Susan Mendez and Paul and Shanae continuously call law enforcement on people because they're a bunch of cowards. Even though they're in the wrong, they call and request a cruiser. Send a cruiser. Right? I saw the fat ass, the fat bitch today. I saw her today, and her mother or father, whatever, her mom with balls, whatever. They saw me on the side of the road, and then about 60 yards up, there were 3 deputies and some another person. And I'm sure they're over there right now running their mouth about, oh, he got pulled over or whatever, which is stupid because A, they were 60 yards, 70, 80 yards up from me, and B, they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. A good friend of mine, his nephew, decided to, like a lot of children, that are having issues, decided to run away and turn up missing, and so I had to haul ass out there and help look. He's fine, everything, but when they were passing by, all I could think to myself was I hope both of you have extreme exploding diarrhea right now and shit all over yourself in the car.
I know, we should buy some of those sugar-free gummy bears. You heard about those?
No.
Go to Amazon, look up sugar-free gummy bears. Read the comments. You will die laughing, I swear to God.
You
Do
gotta
it
tell
on the
me.
next Troy show.
You gotta tell me, because I do buy those when I make the vodka gummy bears, because the sugar-free ones
Better
soak up
than X-Facts.
the alcohol better. So I'm gonna have to look into this now. But
It was like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse came stampeding out within 20 minutes of
oh
shooting.
shit!
Yeah,
Maybe you gotta add vodka to it.
maybe. Hey, we're working now. All right, how about that? All right, so finally got technical difficulties. So this week, Thursday, Birmingham, Alabama, suffered what they're probably calling an F4 tornado came through there. As far as we know, 5 dead, numerous injured. It struck anywhere from Birmingham all the way up to Florence, Alabama. So that's a pretty good click.
Yeah, it is.
For all these deadly tornadoes to kick in. So keep the thoughts of the people involved if you could. They're still mess. Actually, one of my clients is Birmingham, and I spoke with them today, and they said it's a real mess. So keep them in your thoughts. Next, Boulder, Colorado. King Soopers grocery store. A shooter walked in with multiple rifles, which he obtained illegally because he has. Why is this not working? There we go. He obtained it illegally because he had some mental health issues. Walked in, shot, and killed 10 people. The only reason he was stopped is he was confronted by a Boulder police officer who wounded him and allowed him to be taken into custody. The action of that officer I'll go into a little bit later on in a few minutes. So, thankfully for him. I don't know if you've heard about this one. The Suez Canal is blocked. It's been blocked since Tuesday.
Why was Shanae swimming in
Sugar-free
it?
gummy bears.
She may have. This is pretty significant. People think, oh, Suez Canal's on the other side. Well, the Suez Canal is the main trade route between Asia and Europe. Everything crosses through there, including the U.S. military, naval ships go through there all the time.
10% of
The
all
cost
world trade.
of this, and I read this today, and it's completely astounding. This blockage is causing the global economy $400 million an hour.
That's crazy.
Hour. And they still have, it's still grounded. They don't know how to fix it right now. They've tried everything they know how. They
Send Shanae down it like a water slide and it'll knock the boat out of the way.
You should do a belly flop next to it.
We don't want tidal waves.
Oh, thank you. No tidal waves. So, yeah, the name of the boat is the Everclear.
That's ironic.
Yeah, irony. By the Evergreen Company.
Why does it say Evergreen on the side of the boat?
That's the company.
I've been trying to figure that out.
Yeah, it's the company name, and all their boats are named Ever, whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's kind of ironic.
It's very ironic. I believe Alanis Morissette sang a song about it.
So those of us, this past about a week ago, there was a conference in Alaska with the United States and China. Ever since, in the 60 days since Trump left office and Biden has taken over, China, Russia, and North Korea all have decided to meet with Susan and get their balls back. China, at this conference, basically told the United States that you don't have the power anymore to be involved in these discussions. We just got called bitch by China.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened a couple months ago. I'm sorry, you can say what you want about Trump, he made mean tweets, whatever, but nobody messed with us.
Right.
Nobody would dare mess with us. Everybody learn how to speak Mandarin. It's coming.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Yeah, we just got punked.
Didn't the main propagandist of the North Korean regime also make a statement about the U.S. this week, saying that they were
I'm
fully...
getting there. It's
Oh,
coming
were
up.
you?
That's
Okay,
coming
good.
up. It's coming up. In Georgia, as we all know, Atlanta, they had a mass shooting as well. Same thing. Criminal obtained guns illegally because you couldn't obtain them legally because of criteria.
Right.
So this gentleman, Rico Marley, decided to enter a Publix in the suburbs of Atlanta. Walked in with a rifle and went straight into the bathroom. Well, obviously, people saw him walk in public with a rifle. So the management evacuated the store while he was in the bathroom. They could hear him in the bathroom. They could hear it click, 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 click. How'd he do it? They figured out he was loading his weapons.
Oh, shit.
Thankfully, because he was spotted and everybody was able to get out of the store, the local law enforcement agency was waiting on him when he came out, and they took him down. And I'm sure it was not a very pleasurable experience for this young man.
Yeah.
He was of West African descent. He was an illegal that was here. How did he get guns?
Oh, yeah. Illegally.
Illegally.
Yeah.
Speaking of North Korea, you know what they did this week? They fired 2 missiles. They haven't fired missiles in, what, 4 years?
At least 16,
Yeah.
17 into 16.
Yeah, so basically, Kim Jong-un pretty much told America, screw off. And his sister, who is just as powerful and wackadoodle, as the first one to say it this week.
There you go. In
In
my opinion, she's scarier than Kim Jong-un.
she is scarier. She basically stated that she described the drills as an invasion rehearsal and warned Washington to refrain from causing a stink if it wants to sleep in the near future.
Yeah.
That sounds like an all-out threat. The way to go. Let's vote with our emotions, not with our logic, because we're doomed.
I believe even one of the most far right journalists said something that I thought, why would you say it that way? Because in my opinion, it's not true. Because he stated that that it fell just short of a declaration of war. But in my opinion, to me, that is a declaration. It's a threat of mass killing and damage by the propagandists of Kim Jong-un, and I think it should have been dealt with immediately.
It's going to get worse because our dementia patient president decided to call Putin a killer.
He did. What a dumbass. Oh shit! And it
So
has
now we
nothing to
have
do with whether you
Russia,
like him or not.
China and North Korea forming an alliance.
Right.
We can't beat them.
No.
We can't. We will lose. We need to toughen up America. Because it's going to get worse.
We're going to lose for sure, especially if you people keep trying to disarm the world's largest non-official army.
And that's the American public.
The American people, the legally armed American civilians are the world's largest unofficial army. We have more guns and ammunition legally owned in the United States than any other country does in their military.
And yes, I agree, impeach Biden, but then Harris comes in. She's 3 times worse.
Right. And in my opinion,
and then if she goes out, who's after her?
Pelosi, Schumer,
Pelosi,
then Schumer, right?
I mean,
Listen, I have something to say about all of that. I am not a political person, but in my opinion, everyone sucks.
Yeah.
They all
So-
do.
That is exactly why Trump won, because he is not a politician. That's why nobody liked him, because he is not a politician. He doesn't speak PC. He
Right.
speaks from the cup. If what he says may be wrong, whatever. I don't care. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he tweets. I never paid attention to it. But his policies were spot on. His economic advice was spot on. He knew how to negotiate. He is the master negotiator. I mean, he wrote the book, Art of Making a Deal, that every businessman reads and has read. And it's even one of my books for reading in my business degree. The man knows how to make deals. He knows how to negotiate. He knows how to get what's best for the country. And he did it for 4 years until everybody had a fit because he said naughty words or he offended somebody. Well, you know what? Too bad. I'm sorry.
And again,
It's not all about you. It's about the country.
even if you don't agree with his foreign policy per se, because he is a businessman and he's not really the best for foreign policy, but dismiss his foreign policy altogether and just say this, that his America First pro-military stance was enough to make all of these other countries fearful of the United States. And yes, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. The best defense that a country can have is to make other countries fearful of them. And it just has to be. When you go calling someone out like Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping, Kim Jong-un, when you call these people out, you put the American people and our way of life at danger, right? Our very existence. These are all 3 nuclear powers.
And we couldn't slow China down if they did a ground assault until they hit Chicago.
I mean, easily, especially if they were to. Can you imagine if they invaded Taiwan first and got that as a strategic military location? We'd be screwed, right? We'd be screwed. Well, that appears to be what they're eyeballing right now because they have missile batteries just off the coast, pointed that way.
Yep.
Right? I mean, this is a dangerous situation, a volatile situation, people, that needs to be monitored very quickly. Put your politics aside, your R's and your D's, put them all aside and think about this. Do you like your freedoms?
Do you think Biden is the best choice to go into battle with?
Right, into battle as our commander-in-chief.
Is he the one you want to lead?
At this point, I think the military
I
should
think
be
Fossey
turned
would do a
over.
better job than him.
Right. Yes.
I vote for Madam Secretary.
It's actually a
Oh
good
yeah,
show.
that was a great show.
Yeah.
Right? She would be the best president ever.
She was good. She was a good negotiator.
So they need to
But
talk
she also
to the
didn't say
person that
things that were
wrote that.
politically correct either, and that's what.
Yeah, but
she
you know
wanted.
what? Everybody loved her in the TV show. So whoever wrote her as the president should write the president now.
Madam President.
That doesn't make sense.
Let's replace Madam Secretary with a real-life military and strategic professional.
Dan Crenshaw.
Not you.
Condoleezza
Me.
Rice.
Ooh, great choice.
Yeah.
I like Condoleezza.
Condoleezza Rice. Bitch ain't gonna put up with shit. First off, right? You look our direction, she don't like it.
Or
No.
Candace Owens.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Ooh,
For sure.
She would be Pitbull.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
her and Crenshaw should run.
That would be a good team.
That would be a good ticket.
It would be. And then maybe people would put their differences
Military.
aside.
They got the minority vote. They got the female. It's all there.
Yeah.
One big. Anyway,
Yeah.
everybody's favorite governor.
Shit.
How many are we up to now, honey?
I stopped counting.
7 accusers now.
I'm gonna have to recuse myself from this portion of the show, just so you know.
Yes.
7.
Listen. Okay, hold on. We need to move along. It's 10:10.
Okay. I'm
And
quickly.
here's my
No, go ahead and
opinion.
say it.
Like I said, I don't have a political opinion, but there are people that have differences of opinions that feel strongly on either side. And today is not the day that I'm ready for that.
No problem. But I'll be more than happy.
With
to.
that being
Yes.
said, though, you have to at least hear the accusations
Yeah,
and
Cuomo-
who the accusation currently is coming from. I think that's a little bit of a different stance.
He's up to 7 accusers now. 16 out of the 19 Democratic delegates that represent the state of New York, senators and representatives, want him to resign. He
That's
needs
the
to go.
Democrats.
He needs to go.
I'm just saying, if you're a feminist, if you're a woman, if it's not a feminist, I like you even better. But you have to look at the massive amounts of accusations that are coming forward now.
Yeah.
I mean, put aside his COVID policy, put aside his press conferences. These accusations that are flying, they seem to be.
They're all the same.
He's a
they're
bully.
Identical.
They're the pattern. He's a bully dictator.
I actually liked Como. I did until the first accusation. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. And then the second and the third. But then when it came from his personal assistant,
Yeah.
that's the one I'm like, I don't know, man, because they're still good with each other. It's crazy, but I get it. I get why some people are upset about the Como thing, and I guess we'll have to let that play out within the
we'll see.
New York legislators. But I feel like it's going in a bad direction for him. Yes.
Cheryl wants to be on.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. So,
Oh.
as you know, Georgia just passed some new
Oh,
voter
my
regulation
goodness.
laws that require signature verification and voter IDs. Biden called that Jim Crow, the 21st Century Act. Biden wants a bill passed that would mandate universal mail-in balloting and outlaw voter identification requirements.
That's a bad
Folks,
idea.
we just had the most untrusting election that ever happened. I think, what is it, 70% of Americans believe that there was some sort of fraud going on. Nobody trusts the election. If we don't get this straight, this country's going to fall apart. We have got to have a uniform election system. Not right now, it's state by state by state by state. It needs to be a federal mandate. If you have to have an ID to go buy a gun, if you have to have an ID to drive a car, you have to have an ID to open a bank account, why do you not have to have an ID to vote?
I agree with that 100%. Again, it shouldn't have anything to do with politics,
No.
R&D. It shouldn't have anything to do with any of that, people. It's common sense.
If it was completely transparent and 100% kosher,
Right.
nobody could ever argue.
Right.
But
To alter our voting platform is a very dangerous thing. I mean, ever since the first day I voted, I could always remember having to show my voter registration card and my ID.
yeah,
I can remember that.
signature had to match the one you just signed on that piece of paper.
Right. So why doesn't it stay that way? We need, and it needs to be uniform, like you said, through all the states. Card ID, vote.
Because corpses can't sign.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. We all have differences of opinion. We all have different sides. Me personally, I see both sides, the R and the D, and I don't like either side. But when it comes to voting, people, this is one of our unalienable, God-given rights to vote. Don't you want it to be unquestionable? Don't you want the integrity to be there? I do, no matter your opinion.
I mean, this past election, there was 81 million votes for Biden, 74 million for Trump. That makes 155 million votes, roughly, correct?
Right.
Registered voters in the United States, look this up, 153 million.
Right. Something happened. There's no doubt.
I'm pretty good at
around
math, and that's not right.
You can't get around it. If there are more votes than registered voters, that means we had 100+% voting turnout, which we know is even in the Republican stronghold of Lake County, we didn't have a 100% turnout. Yeah.
Can we move off the politics, please?
Yes.
One more thing.
No.
Governor Ron DeSantis. No.
We have a show next week. Save it for next
This is
week.
informative. As of March 29th, DeSantis lowered the age to get vaccinations to 40 and above.
Okay.
Which is
After-
why Shanae still.
On April 1st.
I'm not getting my vaccine.
On April 1st, 18 and above will be able to get their vaccinations.
Do you think
Well,
that's
there you
April
go.
Fool's joke?
Oh, that's funny.
The baseball season starts April 1st, too.
It does.
It does.
It does.
Oh. No more politics.
Okay,
No
but listen. So, in all honesty, like I said, definitely not a political person. But, and it's 10:15, so the show's almost at 2 hours already. But I think you need to have people, because it's not fair that it's only one-sided.
No, and you know what? I
so-
would love to have anybody come on for sure.
Well, Cheryl wanted to come on, and
Be more than
I
happy.
basically said no.
Why?
Because it's 10:15,
Oh,
and so this is what I'm saying.
I think it would be great to have her here. Next
We'll,
week.
we will make a show, and that's what it'll be about.
Yeah.
But, because there's people, like, especially me, I don't want to hear about the politics.
Right, but a lot of people do. And
Right,
it's
This is
So-
national news. This
So
is
that's
the
what
big
I mean.
stories.
If
But you know what? Everybody knows that I love my sister-in-law, and I think that it would be a great debate, to have them here. And everybody knows this too. I'm a registered Republican. I have been my whole life. I've worked on many, many campaigns from local city officials all the way up to U.S. congressmen. Right? By the way, we were victorious. With that being said, and sheriff and all kinds of things, but hell, I was even on a candidate for governor's campaign staff at one point. But with all that being said, a lot of these issues should transcend Democrat and Republican. We should come together as American people and say we're being played. We're being played by the media. We're being played by the big bosses, the 1%ers. It's a deliberate game of division. The best way to rule is to divide and conquer. You rule with fear, right?
I'm
You
MPA.
divide with hatred, right?
I'm MPA. I have no party affiliation.
Actually, my uncle or my uncle on my wife's side tries to get me to go to NPA.
the
It's
mosquito
the
truck.
mosquito truck!
2 hours too late.
All right. Thank you, Lake County, for
All right,
sending the
we're
mosquito
going to get
truck.
serious here for a moment. So, talk about Boulder.
Yeah.
Officer Eric Talley of the Boulder PD is the one that confronted the shooter at the King Soopers supermarket. They got into a gunfight. Both were struck. Unfortunately, Officer Talley did succumb to his injuries. But if it wasn't for him, more than 10 people would have been dead. event. So that's the true hero.
I believe he was a 10-year veteran.
He is a 51 years old, 10-year veteran, and he leaves behind a wife and 7 kids.
So, sir, to you, we thank you for your ultimate sacrifice. We really do. To your family, we apologize, and we thank your family also for your ultimate sacrifice. The true hero.
Yep. This, what was it, on Tuesday? Was it Tuesday? In
I
Spring
don't know
Valley?
days.
I think
Today's Friday.
Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, in Spring Valley, New York, there was a structure fire at a assisted living facility. During this fire, I think it ended up being a 5-alarm fire. Units from all over Rockland County, New York, responded. There was 112 residents inside the building at the time of the fire. The first incoming engine went in and went into an immediate search and rescue mode. During that time, firefighter Jared Lloyd, while he was in there, the building collapsed. It was what's called a pancake collapse. Basically, the stories kind of stacked on top of each other. But before the building collapsed, they were able to get all 112 people out of the building. Only one succumbed to smoke inhalation at the hospital. Unfortunately, Jared never made it out of the building until 18 hours later when they were finally able to recover the body. He leaves behind a wife and 2 daughters. He was only, I think, 32 years old. So, another true hero.
Again, sir, if you can hear us, we thank you for your bravery and for your ultimate sacrifice, and we're very, very, very sorry for your family, and eternally grateful to you and to all first responders for the dangerous jobs that you do that are necessary.
This has been a rough week for first responders. Because in Lee County, Florida, EMT Royland Vitale came home from work, suffered a medical emergency about 8 hours after coming home from shift. 2 days later, he was pronounced at the hospital. 21 years old, he's an EMT with Lee County EMS. He collapsed on March 12th, passed away, of course, on the 14th. Said 21-year-old had a goal of becoming flight medic. It was a supreme goal. He just loves helping people. And, of course, the agency and surrounding areas are devastated by his loss.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Been a very bad week for first responders.
Yeah.
So, trimming the fat time. As we know, we're going to give you 3 stories. 2 are real, 1 is fake. We're going to let you guess. First one. I can't say this with a straight face. Bill Clinton and Kamala Harris are talking together to have a conference on empowering women in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton. Yeah. I got nothing.
Want to empower the women.
Yeah. You got one that likes hoes and one. I'll just stop right there. I'm not going to say another word before I get in trouble. Second story. During a press conference this week, Biden was caught using cheat sheets with reporters' names and the questions that they're going to ask, as well as having the answers to the questions printed out for him. This is by the LA Times. So they say. So we'll see.
The LA Times.
Yeah. Finally, this creeps me out. There's a robot in Egypt that is now able to do simple routine procedures, including taking throat swab samples. Look at this thing. That is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. It's got eyes. It's got a hairnet on. Why? Does it have hair?
I'm going to say, how about new?
Probably more than Paul.
Ah! I got bigger balls too.
But he probably speaks a million different languages, just like C-3PO.
It's called Kira 03. Cira 03.
Close.
So, which one is real and which ones are fake?
The robot's real.
Do you even have to ask that question?
I'm gonna say just because of the pure comedic nature of it, that the fake one is probably Bill Clinton and empowering women.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Wrong.
Oh,
They're all real. I
Oh
gotcha.
shit!
Wow.
I was
Every
right.
last one is real.
I thought the last time Clinton empowered a woman was in the Oval Office, but
Oh.
it could just be
Ask
wrong.
Monica.
I didn't know your dress was blue.
You did that really, really well. And that's all I have.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jim, for trimming the fat and what's the other one?
The trim.
The trim. I have a hard time remembering those.
Yes.
I'm gonna need a cheat sheet next week.
Cheat sheet.
Cheat sheet. All right, people. I want to hit you up with two last things before we call this one episode. So we're gonna get back to the stupidity level here of this one, and we're gonna talk about 25-year-old Jesus Corrales. 25-year-old Jesus Corrales. Now, this guy is a promising minor league baseball player for the Cubs, right? Making a decent amount of money in the minors, with a good chance of getting pulled up to the big leagues, right? Not anymore, because this dipshit was caught speeding and weaving in and out of traffic. Can you believe it? Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be bad enough. But it doesn't stop there. No. You see, when the officer pulled him over, he noticed a very strong smell of sensual oils. Right?
Wasn't Sinead number 5?
And this smell made him curious. Right? Well, he decided to call out a K-9 officer who located two potential hot spots in the car. By the way, there were two other minor league players in the car who were released without incident because they knew nothing of what 25-year-old Jesus Corrales had in his vehicle. He had a duffel bag with several baseball gloves in it, some cleats, $1,000 cash, 21 pounds of methamphetamine.
Holy.
And that's not the worst part. You see, people, OxyContin, one pill is a felony. They didn't count how many pills. They weighed them. 1.2 pounds.
Wow.
Wasted talent.
Holy shit! First off, if you've got the 21 pounds of methamphetamine and the 1.2 pounds of OxyContin or oxycodone, whatever, why are you speeding? Why are you weaving in and out of traffic? Right? Stay in the center lane, do the speed limit, and, you know, I'm not trying to coach people into how to drug deal or anything, but shit! Dumbass! Right. It has now caused them to look into the rest of the minor league players, right? So they're going to be doing some random drug tests.
Yep.
Here's my thing. His bond was set at only $75,000.
Well, in minor league baseball salary, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but my bond was $250,000.
Ain't a lot of money for 20 pounds of meth.
Because you're a celebrity, Troy.
I'm just saying, holy shit, 1.2 pounds of oxycodone. Holy shit.
That's
That's a lot of oxy.
That's
He should have
almost
trimmed
as
the
much
fat.
as you would need to sedate Shanae.
I don't think we carry that much ketamine in the county to sedate her.
Right? Let's talk about our last hush, Shanae. I'm serious.
Why you gotta speak up now? All episode, you quiet back there.
Right?
With your blowhole.
One more thing, people, before we call this an episode. Has anyone ever gone skinny dipping?
All the time. What the heck? Where do you think I go every night at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Right. Aside from Paige and this guy here, I'm pretty sure the rest of us have. A few times. Right?
No.
No comment.
Does anyone have?
Plead the fifth.
I'm not gonna lie. I do it. It's not pretty.
Ooh.
I really don't go skinny dipping. I go chunky dunking.
Any hoodles.
Any hoodles.
Any hoodles.
Anywho.
Jason, wherever Jason's at right now, he just had a coronary. Oh, it's the big one, Elizabeth. So,
You'll get a call later.
does anyone besides me have a curiosity exploring side? You see something interesting, you want to go and explore it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I've done some stupid shit before. I
talking
have. I've seen some things. I've been like, hey, I wonder what this is, right? And then I get myself in a dumb situation. But I
If
can
went
tell
to
you.
EMS, I can just see it at work and not worry about it.
There you go. I can tell you I have never combined my two hobbies of skinny dipping and curiosity exploring at the same time. This is not a good idea. People, I'd like to tell you this happened in any other state, but it did not. Happened in Florida.
Of course it did.
Delray Beach, Florida.
There we go. South Florida. Love it.
Right. 43-year-old Lindsay Jane Kennedy. Lindsay Jane Kennedy. Yeah, 43-year-old Lindsay Jane Kennedy of Delray Beach, Florida.
What's the Kennedy? Has something to do with water. Ted in the water.
That's messed up. I'm not going to go there. So 43-year-old Lindsay decided she was going to go skinny dipping in the canal behind her boyfriend's Oasis apartment, right? Or his apartment in the Oasis apartment complex. First off, is you stupid? Don't go swimming naked or clothed in a canal in Florida. I
No.
mean, just don't.
No.
It's not going to end well for you. You're going to get a parasite swim up your nose and eat your brain. You're going to get bit by a shark. A manatee is going to bite your balls. Something.
Alligators.
Alligators,
Water moccasins.
right? There's only one place in the
South Florida, you got pythons.
They do have pythons. There's only one place on the planet where American crocodiles and saltwater American alligators and saltwater crocodiles live together, and that is Lee County, Florida. No, it's actually Sanibel and Captiva Island.
Okay.
Right?
As is everybody.
So I'm just saying, you got all kinds of shit in the water that can kill you and or bite you. Don't go swimming in the canals. They're nasty. And they're dangerous. But for damn sure, if you are going to jump your dumb ass in a canal in Delray Beach, Florida, have your clothes on. And if you decide, no, I'm still swimming naked in a corral in Delray Beach, Florida, at 43 years old, in my boyfriend's apartment, fine. If you got to do that, do that. You got shit swimming up your butthole, whatever. But draw the line somewhere, 43-year-old Lindsay Kennedy, and let your curiosity go for a moment. What did 43-year-old Lindsay Kennedy do that was so stupid that I can't believe it, and I saved it for the main attraction on the Troy Show this evening? Well, you see, she swam to the end of this canal to the shallow part where she saw, in her words, an open door. She decided she's going to see what's in that open door. When she went into the open door that was partially filled with water, she found a tunnel. At that point, she should have turned back around and gone home. Nope. Not 43-year-old Lindsay Kennedy of Delray Beach, Florida, who tops our stupidity level for the week because this dumb bitch decided she was going to walk down the tunnel and see what was there.
Still naked, right?
Huh?
Still naked?
Still naked. What she found was a labyrinth of tunnels. She decided to go down another one. Then she decided to go down another one. And then another one. Then she thought, I better go back.
Yeah.
At this point in time, it was too late. This bitch was not lost in a labyrinth of underground aquifers or anything like that. No. She was lost in the Delray Beach sewer system,
Oh.
Still better than the dance company.
where she remained for 3 weeks.
How did she live?
Correct.
She found an unopened bottle of seltzer water and other items to maintain life while down in the sewer system of Delray Beach, butt-ass naked. She finally saw light, and she walked towards the light, and it was a sewer opening, a drainage in a street where she began to yell and scream, and two women luckily heard her called the Delray Beach Fire and Rescue, who extracted her from the sewer system, and now they were looking into criminal charges for trespassing.
It's kind of nutty.
But
That's nasty. That is gross.
why wasn't the boyfriend looking for her?
I believe he was the first person to file the missing person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now my question to the boyfriend is are you going to stay with this girl since she was naked in the sewers for 3 weeks?
And
Still a better option than Susan.
Still a better option than Susan or Shanae, yes, but there's not enough Lysol on the planet to keep me dating this bitch at this point. Bitch, you was in
No.
the shitty sewer
no,
for 3 weeks.
no.
Wonder if she got the
There's
COVID.
shit that's no.
She probably did
She
because
probably got a
there's
new
COVID
strand.
samples in the sewer, right? So, 43-year-old Lindsay Kennedy, good for you for exploring and going into the water naked. Bad for you for doing it into a canal. Bad for you for going into an open door that led to a tunnel that got you lost in the shit pipes of Delray Beach. So,
Very
people,
silly.
that is it. Let's hope that she is disinfected and gets her shots and moves on. Last two things here. I want to talk about Spectrum and Amazon. Right, Spectrum, you got to get your shit together. Our internet has been out for days and days. They don't want to fix it, or at least they want to procrastinate. They want to blame it on COVID-19 because there's shortages of people to work. But yet, when I go to pay my bill and I say, I don't want to pay it this week, and they say, why? I say, oh, because of COVID. That doesn't fly, right? They want their money, but they don't want our shit to work. And let's go to Amazon. Amazon, we talked about Jeff Bezos last week and him making $2,500 a second in 2021 or 2020, right? But yet they can't deliver our shit. They can't follow our directions. Our shit gets lost. It comes in damaged. They deliver it to other people. Yeah. Right? Amazon, get your shit together with Spectrum. If not, we're going to contact Elon Musk and see if we can send you on the next SpaceX flight. Get you out of here. Get you out of here. Do we have anything else? Anything from the audience? Anything from anybody here? No, people, listen. If that's it, that's it. And we're going to go ahead and call this one an episode. I think it was a good episode, eventful one. We talked a lot. If we offended anyone at any point in time, we do apologize, unless it's a Mendez and too fucking bad, or a Sully, whatever.
Or any association with.
Or any association with them. That's true. Right. We are all here together to unite as one people. Yes, I did reuse the opening song. Yes, I am going to reuse the closing song. That's because I've been busy at the studio all week, and I hope to get back to my normal schedule next week and provide you people with some better entertaining songs.
Yes, your mom says go Paige.
Yes, absolutely. Go, Paige. People,
Sunday, Full Force Dance Academy grand opening.
Sunday,
1 o'clock. Come by and see us. Meet the dignitaries that are coming. Yeah, I like doing that all the time. Sunday. 1 o'clock. Come up, hang out with us, chill, relax. What?
Nothing.
What happened?
Nothing.
What'd you do?
Someone burped and they blamed it on me.
Yes, exactly.
It was me. I burped.
Again, people, I couldn't be any more proud of my daughter Paige than I am. What a hardworking, respectful young lady. And
to
I
her
want
father.
Huh?
And to her father for all the hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't done
selfless.
anything.
And everybody else.
That's what I was going to say. Everybody else. I fake most of the shit that I do.
You just walk around looking like you know
Fake
you're
it till you
doing.
make it.
Yeah.
That's my life motto.
That's actually a motto in business school. Fake it till you make it.
I know.
There's
Yeah.
actually a TED talk about that.
Yeah.
Every time I say TED Talk now, I'm going to fucking get pissed off the fault. But anyway, so listen, people. As proud as I am of my daughter and my wife, I am super proud of all of our friends and the community that rallied behind us and gave us their love, their care, their support, and their labor, their skills, their time, their effort, their energy. We love you all. We thank you very much for everything you've done. We can't wait for all of you to join us this coming Sunday at 1 p.m. for the ribbon cutting with the South Lake Chamber of Commerce, and a few surprise dignitaries will be there. You might want to bring your camera with you and meet those people, have your photo taken with them, chit chat, and grab a snack and enjoy the show. And for anyone planning on doing anything detrimental on that day, you might want to be very, very careful, because we've gone above and beyond on this one to snatch your ass. Right? So, by all means, go ahead. But
In the area.
there you go. One of our dignitaries, we're not going to say any names right now, but holy shit, let me just say this, people. You're not going to want to do anything. You're not going to want to do anything. Right. We're going to leave that as a surprise. Right. You want to hear who it is?
I think I know.
Yes, fine.
No secret telling on the Troy Show.
Please do something. Yeah, please do something. Please try it. Please. Yeah. It'll make the news.
Yeah.
I guess at this point, people, I've said all I can say. Although I do think I'm having a great voice day. I'm going to go into the bathroom later and talk to myself for a couple of hours in the mirror. Continue the Troy Show up here. With that being said, we're going to call it an episode. Thank you for joining us. As always, I want you to remember, treat each person, everybody you come across with kindness, love, and respect, unless you're dealing with a Mendex, then tell them to themselves, right? Or a Sally, or a Monkey Ring, whatever.
Or
right?
what?
We'll be here for you next Friday. We'll be here for you every Friday. In the meantime, I want you to remember something, people. Always, always make time for the bad guys. Marilyn, thanks for watching. I love you. Have a good night. Mom, thanks for watching. I love you. Have a good night. Catherine, I love you. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Nicole, Zoe, Cheryl, Alex, Marley, all y'all, thanks for watching. I love you. Have a great night. Nicole, thanks for watching. I love you. Have a great night. Jackson, thanks for watching, buddy. I love you. Have a great night. Chris King, thanks for watching, buddy. I love you. Have a great night. Kevin, thanks for watching. Larry, thanks for watching. All right, guys, if I missed you, I love you. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.